Hey, good afternoon, everybody. It's August 18th. It's a Saturday. It's about a quarter after noon. So, good afternoon. I kind of forgot about you a little bit. I'm on the very last leg of this raking, but there's a little bit left, and I'm going to take you for a ride. It just dawned on me like literally 3 seconds ago. Oh, crap. Okay, I started raking about an hour ago. It goes pretty quick with the double windrow rake. We're also not talking about a whole heck of a lot of acreage here. I don't know. I'm gonna guess this at being about 13. That's my guess, and I'm sticking to it. Okay, what we got here is some very young, immature, grassy hay. This is specifically being cut, raked, and baled for horse hay sales, which horse hay sales has already started. In fact, I've got a delivery. You know, we're really not big into deliveries, but you know, when you encounter a local, somewhat local neighbor that is without a truck, you know, by God, you step up, and you're selling a product, you try and deliver it. So yeah, there's a delivery coming up here this afternoon, and the phone calls are starting to come in. It's amazing how it works. The reason being for this whole whirlwind of hay sales, especially horse sales, has nothing to do with people being out of hay. It's the weather. Now it's beautiful. It's beautiful here right now. It's boy, this is beach weather. Beach weather with a 30 pack of Busch Light on ice, for crying out loud. But I got to play adult here. We had 54 degrees this morning. 54 degrees. Actually, it was quite beautiful. Now, 54 degrees is a long ways away from a frost. But let me tell you something, that made me think about my sorghum here this morning, and it's kind of got me on edge. It was just an unseasonably cooler morning, but I'm here to tell you it's all due to the change in weather. People woke up this morning like, oh my God, winter's right around the corner. But I get it, I joined them in that. In fact, this morning I started thinking about firewood. I am lagging severely on this winter's firewood, and anyway, that's how that works. Folks, I'm going to tell you something right now. It is a darn good thing that, oh, look at here. A little bit of old net wrapping. It is a darn good thing that this sun started blaring at 8 o'clock this morning, because it's going to take every bit of what the sun has. Boy, we're really pretty good about that. To dry this out. Now this is the outside row, so we can barely justify what you see here, but it is unbelievably wet. Not only that, but the rake, and it's not the rake's problem, it's the field. The rake is picking up a lot of this stuff. Well, not a huge deal. You put about, 15 or 20 of these damn things in about a foot, 2 foot worth of product, and all of a sudden you have damp, wet hay. So the goal was to start baling this, square baling, by 1 o'clock. I don't think that's going to be able to happen. I mean, look at here. See, this is beautiful. Now this needs dry time. You can see there's a little bit of young alfalfa in here too. This is good stuff. But I mean, look at this. This is a difference maker right here. So 1 o'clock baling time doesn't seem practical. It's going to have to wait. So there's a thin product out here. There's not a whole lot, but this is some of the highest quality horse hay you can ask for. This is a very good mix of grass and alfalfa. If I had to play the guessing game, I'd say Oh, I'd say 85-15, grass versus alfalfa. So, yeah. I spent the morning this morning picking up round bales from what I shot out yesterday on that new hay ground. I only shot out about 20 of them, 20 to be exact, actually. But it's a good start. It's a real good start. I see great potential for that property down the road for next year. One of the most important things, as far as I'm concerned, is it got a fresh haircut this year, and yeah, I'm gonna load it up with a little bit of fertilizer in the spring, and we'll see what happens. I do have to go back to the newest, latest, and greatest property though, probably next week, and clean up some of those marsh spots, as I called them. I want to get them cleaned up. I think it's going to be worth its weight in gold for next year. So we'll see what happens. Other than that, it looks like we're either going to need to borrow another hay wagon, because we filled up 2 of them yesterday. That piece of property across the highway, that only produced 2 hay wagons, folks. It doesn't quite seem justifiable, but whatever. From what I see here, we're either going to have to borrow a wagon for a 3rd wagon, or that round baler is going to have to fire up and finish off the rest of this stuff later on this afternoon. We'll see what happens. I don't know if I failed to say it, but I've got the John Deere 6400 open cab with a loader hooked up to the ProCart 1022 New Holland double windrow rake. Say that as fast as you can. I'm on fire today. Very happy with this rake. I suggest very highly for the for what I'm going to call the common man. Make that make sense yourself. If you're in the market for a double windrow rake, there's lots of them out there. But take a look at the New Hollands. That rake, I'm very happy and proud of this rake. I really am. Really am. Does a nice job, nice clean job. Let's just go right here. I mean, look at this. There's really no product left over. It does a good job. I've got the model to where, and actually I think they're all like this now, I don't know, but these hydraulics here that I control from the tractor, on the fly I can go ahead and widen the windrow or shorten it up narrow. So pretty happy with it. I gotta be honest with you, I'm pretty ashamed. I don't use it near enough to justify it. Not right now. But yeah, I don't know. Yeah, I guess I do. I need to start using a lot more come first crop when I know that I'm darn well going after a full-fledged round baling, and you know, really pack those windrows up. So it's pretty obvious. I already said this is good second crop. This was already cut down and baled this year for first crop, and this field here yield very great. A very good yield for hay. We got a lot of, actually I think we took four full wagons of first crop small square bales, and then that's what was left over. Actually, that's the first 6 rounds, and then what was left over after 4 wagons. So pretty happy with it. I got some thinking to do, but this very property we're standing on right now, I got some thinking to do. This may be plowed under this fall or spring of next year. And go into corn. I don't know. It's just a thought. I'm coming up on a little bit of a trickery here. I'm gonna have to make some magic happen with some crop rotations. I don't have the words to explain what I'm talking about here, but things are going to start getting tricky. So we'll see what happens. Very good possibility this is going to go into corn next year, which means I'll till it under moldboard plowed this fall, because here's the one problem with this field. Now this is some great high ground for the most part. Look at all these dips. It's just a waterway haven, especially in that corner. There's what I'm going to call a gully running in here. I don't know. I gotta think about it. Unless, of course, a guy seals a deal on some extra property this fall, which we'll see. That's all I got to say about that. So, all right, folks. Hope everything's going okay. Hope you're doing all right. Hope you're having a nice weekend. I'm going to take you along for a ride just to finish up this little bit that was left because I forgot about you. Sorry. And yeah, we're going to do a sorghum update here. If not today, no, it'll be done today. There we go. All right, folks. We'll talk to you sooner than later.